For leaders of the Gulf countries, scenes of Iranian-supported Houthi rebels overrunning Yemen's capital and driving out its U.S.-backed government this year were a sign of the rising threat from Iran, and they come to the summit seeking reassurances of U.S. backing. President Obama's argument is that negotiating a nuclear arrangement with Iran will by itself mean security for them.
I'm convinced that if this framework leads to a final comprehensive deal, it will make our country, our allies, and our world safer.
But America's partners in the Persian Gulf region are not so sure. Yusuf Al-Otaiba, the United Arab Emirates ambassador to the United States, says Gulf leaders want to upgrade their security relations with Washington.
We are looking for some form of security guarantee, given the behavior of Iran in the region, given the rise of the extremist threat. We definitely want a stronger relationship. In the past, we have survived with a gentleman's agreement with the United States about security. I think today we need something in writing. We need something institutionalized.
While no treaty will be signed, President Obama does plan to talk with the Gulf leaders about building up their defense capabilities. It's expected there will be some movement on speeding up weapons sales, setting up a regional defense system against Iranian missiles, and joint military exercises. But President Obama said in an interview with the New York Times in April that the Sunni-led governments in the Gulf also must take into account another threat from some of their own people who are stifled by a lack of political outlets for their grievances. Mr. Obama says the biggest threat facing the Gulf Cooperation Council members may not be from Iran, but from internal dissatisfaction. Mr. Obama's criticism of the Gulf leaders' domestic policies, coupled with his outreach to Iran, has fueled their distrust. For the president, it is now important to make a visible show of support. Along with a dinner at the White House, the leaders will meet at Camp David, the mountain retreat outside Washington that traditionally has been used for intimate and historically important gatherings. Derek Chollet is a former U.S. Assistant Secretary of Defense.
For him to meet with the Gulf partners, the Gulf leaders at Camp David has a special symbolism here in the United States and around the world. So it's an important symbol of our commitment to the region.
The United States maintains 35,000 troops in the Gulf region and, like the Gulf nations, wants to stem Iran's destabilizing actions there. While no one expects this week's summit meetings to resolve all distrust and disagreements, there is hope it will be a first step toward rebuilding confidence in the partnership. Luis Ramirez, VOA News, at the White House.
Good launch, she's climbing.